All right, guys, hey, this is Mark Lane. We are at 330 East Deal. What we're going to do today is we're actually going to do a walkthrough of one of our new acquisitions. We're going to be starting on this here in about 2 weeks once we close. But we're going to do a walkthrough today, show you guys what I look for, how I analyze a deal, how I run through it to determine what we're going to do to the house and essentially what the profit's going to look like. So some of the what you're going to see through a camera might not show very well, such as some of the deficiencies and stuff, but I'm going to do the best I can to explain it. The roof, which we can't see from here, but the roof on the house is actually in pretty good shape. So we're not going to do anything with that. The windows throughout the entire house have been replaced at some point. Okay, they're not brand new, but they're replacement windows. They're functional. So we're going to leave those. Okay, we're not going to touch them. The siding, what we're going to have to do on the siding is we're going to bring in my siding contractor, and we're going to have him give us a bid of what it's going to cost to replace the siding. Okay. In this case, what we'll do is we'll actually do vinyl siding over top of what's there. If we don't do siding, then what we'll have to do is replace pieces like this, where you can tell, it's really bubbled up. This is like the old lap siding, and this just happens from moisture. So then there's no way to fix that. If you try to scrape it off, you're going to be scraping half the siding off with it. So there's not, you really can't fix that without tearing it out and replacing it. So in this case, what we have to do, if we were to keep the siding, is replace all the bad pieces and then paint the house, okay? Because there's going to be the old siding and the new siding. So with that being said, normally, if you end up having to repair some siding and paint the whole thing, if you have a pretty inexpensive like siding crew, to put on new vinyl is generally pretty close to the same price, maybe like 10, 15, 20% over. So to replace the siding and to paint it, my guess is that we'd probably be looking at close to $4,000, somewhere around there. To do new siding on the house, my guess is we're probably going to be spending maybe about $6,000. All right, so a couple $1,000s is going to make it look like brand new versus making it look repaired with a nice paint job. So those $2,000 that extra $2,000 that we spend is probably going to get us a lot bigger return, because it's going to have the like new look with it. All right, so that's what the kind of stuff we have to determine to make sure that we're getting the best return on our dollars that we can possibly get. It does look like we have a fairly new AC unit. That's good. Throw a little bit of mulch in the mulch beds. This deck will just be power washed. Get that cleaned up. This tree will be trimmed back a little bit. Get the low hanging stuff out of the way, so we can open up the curb appeal. All right, so outside, you can see here from looking at the driveway that this driveway is kind of splitting in the middle. It's sloping in towards the house. We will want to fix that as well. If the buyer, let's say it was an FHA buyer, this probably would not pass inspection. So we just need to account for that. So we basically have like 2 full squares we got to replace. On the back here, we've got about the first 4 or 5 rows of the siding that's pretty distressed. We're going to have to replace and paint. All foundation looks good, windows look good, all that stuff. Deck is not bad. Like, maybe we'll replace the rail. I don't think so. More than anything, we'll probably just power wash it and paint it up or stain it. Okay. Garage needs both roof and siding, so we're going to account for those. Bring the siding contractor in to do that stuff. Garage door is a little bit dented up, but I think we're going to try to keep it. I don't want to spend $1,000 just to replace a few dents. All right. So inside, the inside of this one is going to be pretty easy. It's going to be a pretty smooth, efficient rehab. And one of the things I look for with the type of houses I do are houses, normally built 1950s, 60s, 70s. Reason being is they started getting into more functional layouts at that point. So this is, I think, built in 1971. We don't have to change anything with the layout. It's set up the best it can be set up. We don't have to move walls. We don't have to install walls. Nothing like that. So, and Some of the stuff, such as like the kitchen or like the cabinets, the shower, might even stay. Okay, we have to kind of determine like what we can keep, what we have to get rid of. So one thing we will be replacing for sure is like the flooring. You can see the carpets terribly stained. All this stuff such as the outlets, the switches, the vents, the lights, all that gets replaced. And that, in a way, is what gives it the new like uniformity. Okay, that's what gives it the like new feel. I see too many rehabbers try to keep that cheap stuff. Like, I'm not going to try to keep an old dirty outlet when it costs me $1 to replace. Okay, replace the stuff like that gives it that uniformity, gives it that like new look. So basically all the trim will get replaced. In the kitchen, we'll get rid of this flooring. We'll tile the floor. Get new appliances. We'll put some granite in here. Replace the countertop. Backsplash. So this is something you can do. Like, we just did this on a house. It's not my favorite thing to do, but with this backsplash is all there, right? And it's in good condition. It's just kind of like the old like ivory look. It just doesn't look good. So one thing we can do is paint it with like an epoxy paint, and it's about the fastest, easiest, cheapest way to spruce up an old backsplash. Now, if we may not do that though, like if we can save in some different areas, kind of depends on where our numbers are going to come in at, we might just do a new backsplash that's going to help give it that like new look, okay? Stuff like this, we'll keep this just because, to replace it means taking it out, building like a half wall, that kind of thing. So we'll probably just keep this just because it's the easiest thing to do. And it's not hurting anything. We'll keep the rail, these doors. We will probably replace all the doors because these are the type of doors that do not hold paint. So, and we want to be able to, have like the bright white doors and trim and stuff. So we will actually replace all those, which is unfortunate because most of them are actually in pretty good condition. And then you come in here, and this is one reason we like to start replacing like the doors and the trim, is because you get into some of them and they don't match. So you got like, let's see, this old casing here with no contouring or anything, stink bug. And then you got, trim out here, which is different. This is a little bit more modern. So you got like different styles. We like to have as much uniformity as we could possibly get. So replacing the doors and the trim gives us the like new look, doesn't cost very much, and it gives it the best look it can have once it's all done. So in here, again, you can see, windows are somewhat updated. All the ceilings are in great shape, so we're not going to worry about scraping the texture on those because it's such a light popcorn as it is. We'll just clean those up and paint them. We've got hardwood floors in the bedrooms. So once we peel up the carpet, we're going to determine if we have hardwood throughout the rest of the area. Hopefully we do. So, all right, so in the bathroom, we have this tile, this tile shower, and the tile is actually in really good condition. There's no broken tiles, it's a decent look. So what we'll probably try to do is update like the valves and stuff the best we can. But if possible, we're gonna try to keep the shower, and then we'll just do some kind of tile in the floor that matches this the best that we can, that matches the shower. So, we'll get new flooring, replace the toilet, replace the vanity, replace the medicine cabinet with new mirror, new lighting, new fan, some texture and paint in here. So it'll get a fairly full update in here, but being able to keep the tub and the shower is the most expensive part of the bathroom and the most time consuming. So being able to keep that, not having to wait on windows and stuff. I mean, we'll buzz through this rehab in as little as probably less than 3 weeks. So we are in the basement. This is, so this type of split foyer, split level for this part of the market normally doesn't have this much of like a finished basement area to it. So this is one reason I think that we'll actually be able to push the sale price up some. But we'll just finish this to be consistent with the rest of the house. So again, we'll do new trim down here. We'll do new carpet. We've got some previous water damage to fix in the ceiling. you know, the doors, trim, and that's it. So we'll just, you know, be consistent with the updates upstairs. So this, and then the furnace, water heater, those look to be in good condition as well. So this one, because we don't have to, I think I might have just said this, but because we don't have to wait on ordering anything, this looks like this window has to be replaced as well. So we got 3 windows, but these should all be stock size, I think. Because we're not have to wait on anything, right? We're not waiting on special order cabinets, we're not waiting on windows, anything like that. Like the rehab on this is gonna be very, very quick. So we will be in and out of here in 3 weeks max. So, you know, maybe if we kept the cabinets, maybe even 2 weeks, but probably be about a 3-week rehab. So we'll turn it, we'll get it right back on the market, and, you know, turn this into a $30,000 profit. So be a really good deal. It's exactly what we look for. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. So if you would, go ahead and jump over to flippingfastlane.com. Be sure to subscribe for your free 6-week module. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this video and like it. Feel free to comment. Let us know what you are looking for, what you're struggling with, what obstacles you're facing, because we shoot videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we work very hard to help answer your questions. All right, thanks again, and please subscribe.